button. Am I connected?
Too late to check if you're connected. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to another live show. Hanging out with us on Sundays has become hopefully a good thing for you guys because it's been fun for us. But a lot to discuss today.
Mm-hmm.
Felix, we just posted your video of going sub 220 at Coda. How does that make you feel? Now, well, people already knew, but going sub 220 in a GT4, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, it makes me feel pretty good on the fact that we got the car there. The other thing that was obviously crazily impressive to me was, and please, someone let us know if the audio is good.
I just checked.
Yeah, what was most impressive to me was the fact that we got it there with like $13,000 or $12,000 worth of parts. Because like I don't know, some exhaust costs more than that. Like the exhaust that goes on our GT3, if you buy that new, that's like 16 grand.
That's so when I was creating the thumbnail for this video, I was like, oh, perfect. Budget Porsche build goes sub 20 at Coda. And while I get it in the grand scheme of things within the Porsche world, 12 grand is cheap.
Correct.
But it ain't nothing budget about that.
There's nothing budget about it, yeah.
But I mean, so I looked at some of the parts that you were talking about because obviously we had to go look for, you know, the retail price for a lot of these parts and compare it to the price that you got them at. I think the closest thing to retail was the blem splitter from Barris.
Yeah.
And it's still a pretty decent amount of money to put into the car, but comparatively speaking, you're not spending anywhere close to $50,000 to get to a lap time that other cars struggle to get to.
Yeah, and I mean the reason, I mean in the video we mentioned like some kits, and when I said some kits, I was referring to like the Manti kit, because the Manti kit, I mean Larry can probably correct me on this, but the Manti kit, like over the ring, they probably found like, I don't know, 7 seconds or 4 seconds from their whole upgrade kit, which Simon told us was 60 some thousand, but that's without install. So that's why I said like 80 to 90 is what the Manti kit costs.
That's insane.
And that's over a 7-mile lap. So you kind of divide that lap time by, I don't know, you find the percentages, and over 3 miles, in reality, like the gain was probably what we gained, right? Like 3 seconds for a kit, that's $80,000 to $90,000. Now, yes, we're gonna argue the whole thing right now is whether it meets TUV. TUV is basically like road compliance in Europe.
Yeah.
It won't, but we're doing it at a fraction of the cost. Yeah. Then obviously there's install, there's alignment, realignment, testing. There's a lot more that goes into it. Like I said, all of the parts always come with baggage. There was definitely hardware missing. There was some shit that was bent. Yeah. And that's just I'm willing to pay that. I'm willing to live with that if I'm paying that little for parts.
Okay, but it's interesting that you brought up the fact that
Manti is around 82 all up, said Larry. Shit.
Jeez.
And the gain is going to be similar, right, Larry? Because like I said, they gained 6 seconds over a 7-mile lap. So over a 3-mile lap, it's going to be 3-4 seconds. So.
Yeah, but to go back to one thing that you said, right, is yes, all parts, all in, were 12 grand, but you did all the work.
Yeah.
Right? So if you take that into consideration, having to buy the parts, and then how many hours would you say you spent installing everything?
I spent, I don't know, man. Installing everything, it's probably going to be like at least 15 hours. But here,
so now give me a number behind that 15 hours.
15 hours, I mean, just Porsche, if the dealer was going to do this for you, first of all, they're not going to like mess with.
Let's remove the dealer.
Okay.
Let's remove the dealer.
A regular shop.
A regular shop that does performance.
Just 15 hours at 250. I don't even know what that is.
Math it up. Somebody math it up in the comments for us.
15 times 250.
I guess
like 4 grand.
My point is like now you're starting to add up to it, and then on top of that, you had to deal with bent plates or brackets that were missing, or
guess how long a camber plate took to get here.
How long?
One camber plate. It's the suspension is tractive, and I think they're out of Austria.
Oh, that's 4 weeks minimum.
3 weeks.
Okay.
For one camber plate.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's one of the, they're being rebuilt over there, right?
No, they're being rebuilt at a shop in
Oh,
Dallas.
okay, I was
That's like
about to
2-3 hours away. Fuck that. No, sorry about the cousin, but hell no, we're not sending them all over there.
So now you're talking about all the additional things that people probably didn't take into consideration, and maybe we should have added that to the video just to be more transparent. But you know, you're getting all those parts used, and then having to deal with some of those challenges. If you don't know your way around the car, it's gonna end up costing you a little bit more.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like Larry's exhaust, right? We got headers, we got the over axle pipe with the high flow cats. Those high flow cats will eventually give out if you're a first owner of the exhaust. Dundon does do like free replacements, but now since we're second owners, if the cats go out, we're gonna have to figure out a way how to we're no longer under warranty, so that alone is gonna cost a couple $1,000, right? If the cats get clogged real quick.
No,
and it's
just punch everything out of there.
And
free flow.
And look at where we are now. Like I sent you a video, the GT4 has all the suspension ripped out of it.
Yeah.
Cause
it's just sitting there looking like
it's just sitting there all torn. Like literally 2 days after we did the lap time, took it all off because it needs to get rebuilt because of that condition or that pogo that it has in it. So there's much more that goes into it for sure.
Yeah, and that kind of leads me to something else that I want to talk to you about, right? Because shout out to Leslie, because she always makes sure to bring this up in the comments.
Oh,
in the videos, right?
Yeah.
Yes, $12,000 to get the parts, cheaper. Yes, there's some stuff that we kind of left out with labor and stuff like that,
for sure.
And some of the headaches you were transparent about. But
the other kits cost, I mean, I guess they cost that much with labor. Some kits cost like 80 without labor, but anyways.
Yeah, but the driving skill is still required to get there, right? If somebody like me, let's just say that I bought a brand new GT4, I'm just like, what's the fastest I can go? And I didn't know you, and I went on to the internet and found your lap. I'm gonna watch the thing thinking I can do that, without knowing the context. So, what do you think? Aside from saying seat time, because obviously that's going to be paramount. Yeah. What do you think is going to be the main contributor to actually extracting the most out of your car? Aftermarket parts or not, what's it going to take?
Man, but the answer is pretty easy. It takes everything, dude. When we were out there, Larry invited us to that track event, and I mean, the weather was insanely perfect. So the weather has to be there, your tires have to be there. It has to be a clean lap, and then you physically have to be there. You have to put the tires. There's so much that goes into it, but honestly, like the most important time is what you said. It's the person in the seat has to be capable and has to have already put the work in via either simulators, just a ton of seat time, and then see how it translates to being in the actual car. But they just need the seat time, and I wish there was more we could do to actually get people in the right mindset of how to go out there and try to improve. I mean, that's the whole point of what we're doing. But one thing that I like about the videos when you post them or when you put them on YouTube is that we put all the mods list, right? And then you put the experience, because that way someone gets a brand new GT4 and they don't just see Felix doing a 19 in a GT4 and they're like, oh, that's what my car can do. Like, no, there's no chance, right? Because our car has parts. Yeah,
you're talking about when we post the fast laps. Well, not necessarily the fast laps, because some of them aren't necessarily the fastest.
Correct.
But when we post the reference laps, that first window that pops up before the lap even starts is driver experience, qualifications. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to jump onto YouTube, find your lap, and be like, oh, I can do that. And I think sometimes that's an unrealistic expectation that people have. Yeah. Granted, we try to make the thumbnails like, oh, this is the fastest car on the track. But in reality, if we just named it the fastest driver at COTA, then people would start to argue and take it even further than that. So it's one of those things where I just find it interesting, right? That people buy a lot of parts. And I say this time and time again, what Larry brought up, if it makes it more comfortable for you to drive, makes it more drivable, put the parts on the car.
I mean, we've been on both sides of this, right? Like with the Forest, just trying to push the car like in a, I don't know, easily modified form, or like where it's fully adjustable with camber plate storms, and push that as hard as possible. But one thing we did learn, and it was kind of expected through the GT4, is that car was already like a super fun car to drive, but putting all those parts, like the fact that you can keep it flat through two if the weather's okay, the fact that you can keep it flat through two, and then you're just like, you're driving the throttle like a switch because the car doesn't have like all the power like a 911. I learned like that not only does it bring the capability of the car up, but it also makes the car way more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with that because, like I said in my video, I'm like, dude, that car is just so much fun to drive now. It doesn't feel like I'm dying at every turn. Or, I mean, obviously, you can't be super reckless with it still, right?
Correct.
You still have to keep in mind things like string theory and how much steering wheel you have in it versus, you actually having to make your brake markers and your turning points. You can't just throw all that stuff out of the window because it's more fun to drive. But with an understanding of those things, it does make the car more confidence inspiring, I guess the way to put it.
For sure. And then, man, the one thing that we like mentioned in this video that had to be mentioned is that whatever we did with this car, we wanted to do it fast. I honestly, like, I don't mind like the far as pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, but we know that this car is somewhat fragile. So whatever I wanted to do with the car, I wanted to do it quick. So that's why as soon as we could, Ryan and I, we started tuning on it at ECR. I made changes. Like every time that car went to the rack or every time before it went to the track, I made changes to it, removed toe, added toe in the front, changed the half a sway bar, changed the ride height a little bit because we needed to get there quick. And that's another thing, right, that comes with throwing parts at the car, is having to figure out how to like exploit the parts that you've put on the vehicle. So someone could throw all the parts that we did or find $12,000 worth of parts or $30,000 worth of parts, but then you kind of still have to have, you might need a shop like Mike who takes you through the whole process, right? Yeah. Sets a baseline, and then next time, or 2-3 months later, 2-3 track days later, you make a change, then you make another change. And in our case, it's like, no, we have to get there quick because I need to stop driving that car.
Yeah, and I guess this is where we might want to have a discussion around, or, we're not going to make this another pre-production call.
No, let's not do that.
But right now, we are working through our track prep series where we're showing you guys how to prep the cars, but maybe there might be something there where we show people how to tune their cars at the same time.
I'd love to do that, yeah.
Because ultimately, just throwing the parts at the car, and Matt's a great example of this, he did not get the results he wanted out of the car, and he had to constantly work on it, drive it, work on it. And that, I mean, like you said in the video, if you're buying a GT4, you're doing okay.
For sure.
But are you doing okay enough to want to spend thousands of dollars giving it to Mike or to Felix to constantly have them tune your car? I don't know if that's what it costs to get.
Yeah, and then at that point too, like the thing is like, is the car doing this, or am I doing this, or does the car have this behavior, or like you don't know if it's, I don't know.
So it's just one of those things where it's like you have to learn and develop, and then figure out what the car is doing or what you're doing. And I think what you're doing needs to come first. Fine-tuning that probably needs to be the first thing that you figure out. Yeah. And then figuring out how to tune the car is probably the next best step. Even if simple things like sway bar changes.
But I honestly think that would be great because we could definitely divide this well, because if you're in a Porsche or in a Camaro or a Mustang, they usually have those cars you'll be able to tune a certain way, like super simple tire pressure, shit like that. And then you go to a Porsche, now you have sway bars at your disposal and you have ride height at your disposal. Then you go to like cars that are modded like Larry, now you have shock clicks, right? You can do shock clicks, and you usually don't want to touch the sway bars. I think that would be really good. I think people would probably want to see that.
Yeah, because even on the sim, yes, roughly, Mike, 12-ish Central Time is what we shoot for to get the live started. But it's even one of those things for like the sim. When you start getting into like the bigger races, like I was doing the Rolex. Where's the Rolex race at?
24C, no, Daytona.
At Daytona, right? people are tuning their cars for each race. So I was like smoking everybody through all the corners. They would get on the oval sections and just start pulling away because they. So it's not just a matter of doing the work, but understanding what does what and changing it in either direction. What does that result in?
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that we should start pursuing to give people that information so they can start tuning their cars.
Yeah, I think honestly that would be mega. Now, don't get us wrong. I'm pretty sure if you buy tractive suspension or if you buy nitrons, you buy MCS suspension from Dundon. Just being straight with you guys, like they're gonna provide you guys a baseline, but it like you said, each track has places where it shines or places where you need the car to shine. So then that's when you start like tuning specific to the track. But if you ever decide to buy suspension, don't think you're going into it blind because a lot of these companies will help you.
Yeah, they're gonna help you to a degree, right?
To a degree, yeah.
But to get the most out of it for your driving, you're gonna have to learn how to tune it.
Yeah, you're gonna absolutely. I agree.
Did Matt go and constantly take it back to Mike?
Yeah, I think between Matt, Mike, and Dundon, there was always like a revolving chat on this is what the car is doing, or this is what I think the car is doing, this is what I think you should change, and then Matt eventually got comfortable doing the changes, and then Matt, look at how far Matt's come.
Yeah, and that's I think that's a really good example of somebody who just does the investment and then just fine tunes it here and there to get the maximum performance out of it, which I think is, I mean, if you're gonna spend that much money on a kid, you might as well.
Yeah, the one thing that I find kind of crazy, or not crazy, but like hard to believe, but it exists, is there's people who buy like suspension kits and shit to do like canyon driving because they want more out of the car in general and I don't know, like these parts will do a lot for you on the street too, right? Like putting an exhaust on the car will lively the car up. It gives you a little bit more torque. So it just makes more fun. But in our case, we're just, there's no fine tuning for the canyons, I don't think.
And there's nothing better than going underneath an underpass.
Oh yeah.
And just or going anywhere with a tunnel.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes into it. I don't want people to get the wrong idea that just buying parts is going to yield X results. But in the case of the GT4, I don't know if it can go sub 20 without the parts.
I don't think it can.
Like I think there's always like a barrier to these lap times where you have to start diving in. I think with the GT4 RS, we've already kind of proven that the parts aren't necessarily required, but again, shout out to Larry, it makes it maybe more drivable for some people.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for lap time, maybe spending all the money on the parts isn't quite there yet unless you have a GT4 and you want to get down to a 219.
Yeah, the GT4, I mean, Larry will be super honest with, like Larry drove his GT4 like half modded because he didn't have full aero on it. He had rear aero, he had MCS, and I think he got into the low 20s, which to me tells me like, teens in this car is definitely not doable, like not even in good weather.
Talking about the GT4?
The GT4, yeah. It's just not doable. And I mean, with the mods, it took the weather. I mean, like I said, after 10 heat cycles, the R7s were kind of, I think, at a downhill slope where we're just losing lap time. But there was no stiffening out on I-18 once it was 60 degrees. And 60 degrees is still real nice.
Yeah. I think this is probably the first example that I've at least seen where the parts actually matter there. Mike has some questions about parts because he watched the 4RS build and then he saw the Porsche calipers on the front, not aftermarket, were they from a GT3? So those calipers on the GT4 RS, those are the factory calipers, no?
The ones that were on there, if you watch the 4RS build, they were the stockies. It's a PCCB car, so they are, I guess, the front doesn't matter, it's 408 or 410, but yeah, they're the big dog calipers that fit over 19s, Mike. So that answers your question, but now we do have an AP kit on the car.
I was just going to bring that up just to make sure that, there is AP brakes on that car now,
Yep.
But when we filmed that video, those brakes weren't on there.
Yeah. And I guess ever since When did we put the AP kit? I think we put it before the summer break or before or after the summer break, maybe.
It was after because we
Yeah.
didn't have AP.
Yeah.
Only car that had AP brakes during the summer trip was John's 4RS. Went 40 degrees.
Larry said, dude, honestly, yeah, the car felt strong. Larry was behind me in one of the launches out of T11, and I'm like, he's not even getting close. So yeah.
But that's one of the interesting things, right? Which maybe we kind of preview what's coming with the yellow car, right? Is all the added downforce that people put on these cars does come with a disadvantage.
Oh, for sure.
It does come with a disadvantage, and we saw that disadvantage even in the GT4 when you put all the parts on. It felt a little bit more sluggish coming out of the corners because of
For sure.
all the added arrows. So you're not seeing higher, top end speeds than without it.
Yeah, and I think where we're suffering the most is going to be with the front aero, because the rear, we have it super trimmed out. So the rear, we're probably making more downforce without the drag, but like the front is literally just like,
Yeah.
it's like hitting a brick wall when you put a splitter on the car.
Yeah. So this, to kind of preface this, right? We're working on the GT3 now. So you're working on the GT3, and I'm just prolonging the process.
Literally. They'll find out why.
They'll find out why. But it's the comparison that I always like to make with these GT3s is the 992.2 GT3 going to be better than the 3RS, right? And one of the things that we discussed was the fact that, yes, we're adding, maybe, let's just say we can add the same amount of aero to the GT3RS. I mean, to the GT3. Is it going to be better than the GT3 RS, or is it going to be on par? And the reason I say that is because the GT3 RS has DRS, and you can add the aero back or get some of that, make it not as big of a deal on the straights.
You're not just living with it on every straightaway. I agree. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna find out. We're gonna take the GT3 out there in what I'm gonna call OEM plus form, sticky rubber. As of now, I put the wing riser on it, so that gets the wing out of the way. I don't think we get more downforce. We might, but it's gonna be like 10 pounds, which isn't stuff that we can honestly feel out, honestly. But yeah, I'm excited for that. But the trade-off is the GT3 is a much narrower car, so it has less
wind resistance.
Less surface area. If you take a picture of the car from the front, it's less of it is hitting the air. Less of it is leaving.
So before we keep going on that topic, so Mike is asking about 19-inch rotors. I'm pretty sure you're talking about 19-inch wheels on the factory rotors.
So Mike, yes, your 19-inch wheels from 812 will fit in front, or like on a stock caliper car. The other thing you could do is what Larry did is he bought calipers from a GT4, which are, instead of 410 in the front, they're 380, and then the rear is also 380. So he bought, I think, front and rear calipers off of a GT4, and then gyro disc helps you with the hats. So don't worry about gyro disc. Like, don't worry about finding a rotor being an issue, because it's not. So that's what Larry did, and I mean, his car stops plenty of fine with the GT4 calipers. Figured that, but he was about. But what about my stock GT4's calipers for the 20-inch?
That's the part that's kind of confusing me, is the
caliper to wheel clearance is very tight on that car with 19-inch wheels. Yep, but it's doable. You have to watch for rocks getting stuck. Yep, that's exactly it, Larry. You can live with it, and the reason we live with it because our car is a track-only car. We've driven it here and there on the street, and there was a lot of unpleasant noises just where rocks get in the barrels. It happens more than we all think. But yeah, Mike, you can definitely fit 19s over your brakes, but if you're street driving the car I would say, or not diligent about cleaning the barrels, I would say just get a brake kit. I would say get the AP brake kit if you're gonna get one, because if you're gonna get the AP kit, reach out to me. I have some good pads. I don't make any money off of them, but the reason I say they're good pads is because they don't taper. If you put ferrodos on it or anything, they're gonna wear super unevenly. Or you could do a PFC kit, but with a PFC kit, you won't be able to run your stock wheels. So
there you
just
go.
food for thought.
There you go. But back to the GT3, right? Because the common trend that I saw last time was the new GT3 feels better than the previous GT3 RS, and even though this is just like a slight facelift, I don't know if adding all the aero on it is going to make it an even playing field to the GT3 RS.
Yeah, it's gonna take more than that for sure.
What do you think? What else are we gonna have to do to it to get it even close?
I mean, the one thing we haven't done is I really haven't driven the new 3RS in like sticky rubber in anger.
What, in anger?
Yeah, I mean, I've driven it here and there, like end of day
Just
sessions.
red misting it every day.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've been like absolutely sending it. Because like even in the GT4, every time you hop into it, there's a little bit of a growth curve. And there's me getting the opportunity to drive the GT3 RS at a 4 p.m. session. And you want to set a flyer, so at that point you set like a banker. You really don't set a flyer, you set a banker lap, right? One that you're going to be able to keep in your pocket.
Yeah.
Versus me like getting a ton of seat time in it, and now I'm setting flyers, brother.
And I guess that's really the next step, right? Because I mean, I think at this point, are we going to pursue an 18 with the GT4? I mean, let the people know now, just in case people start going, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. If the suspension comes back and the car doesn't have that sideways hop in it, and we happen to be out there and it's 30 degrees, you better bet I'm gonna get some laps in the car. but I know if it's 50 degrees out, it's kind of not worth it. Like there's no way it's gonna happen. Like it's that simple.
You know what? Now you've said
just looking at the stars.
You're just like,
nope.
No, not happening.
No. It would be awesome to see an 18 out of that car, but it's already like a lot of friends have texted me like, it's already impressive. And I also like Googled GT4 Club Sport at Coda. And I think one guy did like an 18, but he's going off everywhere. And I'm like, 18 asterisk.
We're not going to rehash up the whole track.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
We've already left I've already left some interesting comments on some videos.
Yeah.
But I think, so I guess we'll have to figure out, because like you said, you haven't done a full spicy lap in a GT, in any of the 911s at this point. Look at that. Should have muted myself anyway.
You're good.
But I think it'll be interesting to see, because not to say that we're leaving the Cayman folks hanging, because I don't think that's the goal, right?
There'll be Cayman content. Yeah.
There's certainly be Cayman content, but one thing we have not touched so far is seeing how far we can really push the GT3 platform or the 911 platform on the track, because we see a bunch of them. We see a bunch of them out there. And some people don't know what they're doing, and some people kind of have an idea. So I think it'll be interesting to see for sure.
Oh, I'm super excited. I've seen some 992.1 GT3s running on sticky rubber. The first person that I think about is Reggie, and then I think about David. And I've driven some of those cars. I mean, I drove our Gentian Blue car here and there, but it was never like a clean lap or a good lap with fresh tires. Like it's without the stars aligning. So yeah, I'm definitely super excited, and what I'm also excited about is putting Cayman guys in it after, like, once the car is hooked up. Now, the one thing I am gonna say is we have a goalpost for, like, we have a goalpost for that car, because Cameron Lawrence, if you guys don't know who Cameron Lawrence is, I think he's a Rolex 24 winner, super good driver. He did a 14 in a manual GT3. So that's, I mean, Aero, MCS.
Okay, all right, come on, man.
Like,
You made it sound like he was like a stock GT3.
No.
He was like banging gears. Like, that's a kitted out GT3.
A kitted out GT3 went 14s, and I think that would be super cool to get close to that in a. I mean, the PDK car should have bigger advantage, right? Because it's shifting better or whatever.
Haven't you gone 13s at Coda in the 2RS?
Was it a 13 or I think it was a 14.0.
We'll have to look. I have to look.
We'll post it soon. But yeah, I would. That's where we want to be by the end of the year, hopefully, with that GT3.
And that's kitted out though.
That's kitted out, yeah. And stock, man, like OEM plus, like the 4RS, but this car, unlike the 4RS, this car you don't need toe arms, you don't need camber plates, you don't need any of that BS. The car is already super adjustable. So we're gonna.
So when you say OEM plus, right, you're literally only talking about tires, and then the usual recipe that we put on all the cars, gyro disc brakes, brake pads, and then tuning in the alignment.
Tuning in the alignment, yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Wing risers, because the GT4RS has wing risers. So yeah, just kind of, I don't know. I'm excited that in the GT4RS, we were able to do a 16.9. So this car naturally should be quicker.
I think you're gonna get below a 16 for sure.
You think?
But in the GT3,
You think? I mean, dude, doing a 15 in that car, like, just with an alignment would be insane.
I think you're going to, because I mean, let's
And sticky rubber, sorry, obviously.
Larry does bring up something interesting, right? That Europe does have more and more restrictions that can probably change the motor a little bit.
Yeah, so speaking of that, I was planning on making like a short video for that, but Porsche, throughout its different 911s, they kind of never want like the new GT3 always gets trickle parts from the previous 3RS, but they still don't want the new GT3 to outperform the 3RS. I don't know, it's a complicated balance that they do. So this new GT3 gets the camshafts that come in the previous 3RS. I still don't think it gets like all the big dogging, the cylinder heads and all that. But what they do is the car has one set of cats. We all know what a catalytic converter is, right? It goes in the exhaust.
I do. I mean.
Okay, so a catalytic converter is basically a filter that goes in the exhaust that controls emissions on the car. Every car out there is probably fine with just one catalytic converter per bank or per side, because there's the left side of the engine and the right side of the engine, or whatever. But on this car, they did one cat on each side, and then they did a filter. So a filter is basically like half of a cat. They put a filter, right, on the same exhaust piece, and then in the muffler, they put two more filters. So the car is basically like through a straw, you know what I mean? It's trying to breathe through a straw. So we might have already put an exhaust on it that's gonna pick up. Supposedly, Dundon did a dyno test, and the car, and I say supposedly, not shitting on them or anything. I say supposedly because like we're gonna feel 30 wheel, but it picked up 30 wheel on their dyno and 50 foot-pounds of torque with just an exhaust.
All right, so OEM Plus just went out the window, brother.
Yeah, because we didn't keep, but we had to.
There's already a power mod on the car, so
that'll be fine.
I guess it's OEM plus at this point, because there's not much else done to it.
Hey, people gave us crap for the OEM Plus, so give us more crap.
Would that person say? Oh, sticky rubber and alignment parts isn't OEM. It's like
okay,
brother, how adjustable is a car?
Your car isn't stock. I thought it was stock. Like, no, like,
we
be realistic. A stock car with stock tires can't, like, no, whatever.
So, I mean, Larry is bringing up the different gearing.
There is different gearing in this new car compared to the 992.1 and maybe to the 3RS. So it has shorter gears, so it should be able to, like, lay the power down more versus... When you gear it shorter, the disadvantage is like you'll be going down the highway in the top gear, and the car will just be singing, right? Versus having long gears.
Oh, I know.
yeah. So this new car sings even more when you're in the highway, like in 7th gear. It's gonna be like at 3,000, and if it had longer gears, it would be sitting at like 2,000. So the acceleration with shorter gears is definitely better because it's in the power band longer. Yeah. So it's gonna be a better car.
I guess. Let's argue with Larry then, because so is the gearing an advantage to the GT3 or
it's an advantage? It's an advantage to the GT3 for sure. Yeah. So I think this car has
potential.
It has all the potential and all the tools to do like a 15 on sticky rubber, for sure. Just on sticky rubber, no big aero. We already did the exhaust, whatever, but no like stock suspension. Man, which would be fucking awesome.
I guess, and then to just be more transparent, right? We are getting some additional rigidity out of putting a half cage in it, no?
Yeah.
We're getting some additional rigidity because we're connecting two sides of the chassis. And then I'm assuming for safety reasons, we're putting another Emotion Engineering strut tower brace on that
So
one?
no, so this is double wishbone, so it doesn't need.
Okay.
Yeah,
So don't.
it doesn't
Look
need
at
that.
Oh, so
yeah.
okay, that's a Cayman problem.
Yeah, that's a Cayman problem, or that's like a previous generation 911 problem.
That's interesting. I don't know. So, no, the 3RS gearing is better for track use. Argue with Larry now. Argue with Larry.
I mean, he might be right. I'm not too familiar. One thing I do know is whenever I drive the 3RS, I'm always like banging limiter, and it might be because I'm used to it winding out a little longer, and since the gearing is shorter, it gets there quicker. So this makes sense. Yeah.
I guess, listen, guys, there's only one way to find out is to stick Felix in one of these cars and then send it. Because I think we're sending the first official lap in that car. Well, newsflash, guys, we've already driven.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
prepped? Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I think the only thing that was done to it was literally just the alignment.
The alignment and the fluid. We did that
Oh, I mean,
Saturday
yeah.
at 6 a.m.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the only thing that got done to it. But everybody was just kind of just experiencing the car for what it was at that weekend. But now that we're going through the track prep phase of this car, we're gonna actually try to see what we can do in that car.
Yeah, I'm excited. I already have some parts for it that I want to throw on there, but Jorge's like, nah. So.
Nah, brother, we're filming every single bit of this install process. Listen, guys.
What a nightmare.
We filmed one episode this last week, and we're working on a corner of the car, and that corner took us like maybe 2 hours to film. And then in like 30 minutes, Felix does the rest of the corners of the car. So we're filming the entire setup process for you guys. So make sure if you guys want to know what we do to the cars and how we install everything to the cars.
And why we do it.
And why we do it, step by step. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because we're doing literally step-by-step installs on a lot of these parts so you guys can see it.
Larry, if you let it auto shift, it won't bang off limiter. No comment.
You know what? I was going to say that, right? If it's
No
banging off
comment.
limiter, that's a you problem, brother.
It is. It is, totally.
Because I think you mentioned that in the video where you were going around, where you beat the race car drivers at ECR.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Because
Because
there were plenty of moments like, So we'll see.
And that has smaller tires too, because we put the 19, so it gets up there even quicker.
See,
Yeah.
look, you're just.
I struggle, sorry.
You can tell you're a Cayman driver at this point. So, Larry won't have this problem when he gets in the car because he drives auto.
Auto brother.
Auto magic it. So I think it'll be really interesting, and then even more interesting once we start getting Larry and Matt in one of these cars.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm willing to bet money that they're gonna lose it.
I think so.
Larry, have you driven a 3RS yet?
No.
No,
He hasn't.
It's
cheating.
magical.
It's
It's
cheating,
cheating.
honestly.
It's so good. It's so much fun to drive a GT3RS.
It's cheating, yeah.
It's super cheating.
Yeah.
So I think it would be interesting to see their expressions. I kind of wish everybody had like open face helmets so we can film it, because if you're not smiling while you're in that car, you're doing something wrong.
For sure. I agree.
So I guess it'll be interesting to see what we do in these next couple weeks. But I just remembered that we're doing nighttime driving this month.
Yes, I think night, and someone correct me if we're wrong, so we're attending the Chin Valentine's Day weekend Chin. I think it's 13, 14, 15. So whoever's going there,
man,
please come and say hi. Yeah, dude, we're all dead.
The temps are going up again.
That's fine.
But man, I was gonna say, if we do a nighttime session and it's in like the low 40s, what's gonna happen?
I don't want to die. Yeah, the nighttime thing is tricky, man, because the whole track will not be lit up. So in the straights, there's like someone has it off or someone loses a tire and there's a carcass or whatever. There's nothing. So I think we'll go out there, do some night driving, especially for the photos. And as long as we're not driving 1010s, which is hard once you're sitting in a car strapped up, I think we'll be fine.
I find it hard to believe you're not gonna go 1010s.
I find it hard to believe too.
Because I know me, Alvin, Me and Al, not even Alvin's gonna send it.
Alvin's gonna send it for sure.
But I'm not driving that event, but well that day. But I would preservation mode 20. I'm not pushing it.
You'd have to, yeah. I mean, we've been out there. I think David, myself, Ryan, we were doing like 21s in the night on Hoosiers, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna take it easy. And nah, that goes out the window quick.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, because you're working in completely different conditions at that point, right?
Yeah.
Temps should just naturally go down anyway because you have no sun beating down the track, and the only heat being produced by the track is the friction from everybody driving on it.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that there is opportunity there if you put your fuck it meter on, like maxed out.
I wonder. Yeah, the Chin event is going to be cool. Friday's going to be an open day for advanced drivers only. I don't even know how many people are in that roster, but if it's 30, that would be ideal. If it's 60, it's probably going to be a shit show. So that's going to be Friday. Saturday will be night driving. And to answer your question, Les, the visibility is terrible. Our car is it's like a cheater car. The reason I say that is because in the Porsches, you turn the steering wheel and the headlights point. So when you're going down two, you turn and you're like the headlights aren't straight. As soon as you turn in, you could kind of see the apex. So it's like cheating, and then memory kicks in.
But like, let's not over exaggerate it, right? Because it's not like you're going to be at 11 turning the wheel in and it's going to be like 90-degree angle.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
so it's I think at 2 you're probably going to get the biggest advantage because it's a sweeping turn. But maybe 2, 8, 10, that's really about it. The carousel might be the only big place where you get a huge advantage.
I can't wait to flash my lights at people like Larry and Matt. That's going to be great.
Dude, do not do that on night driving. Oh my, can you imagine? So if you guys
someone behind you just flashing the whole time.
So I think we put it in the point by video that I made. Dude, if you guys get in front of Felix and he's on a flyer and you guys don't move the car, he's going to start banging the flashers at you the whole time.
It's not like a fucking get out of the way, but it's like, please help me.
You acting like I don't got all the audio and the video. Like, let's not fake the fuck here. 2 flashes, he's saying, hey, I'm here.
Hey, I'm here.
Bah, 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 bah. Yeah, yo, get the fuck out of the way.
I agree.
Because that's what you did to that Corvette.
I think I was behind Matt or Larry one of these last times. And I'm coming up on a flyer, and I think it was probably Matt, because I can't talk to Matt. And I just give him like a please, and he gets out of the way, and I'm like, let's go.
But I can't, dude, if you do that in night driving.
That's going to be brutal.
Because you're flashing high beams.
Yeah.
You're going to distract whoever's
Put
driving.
light bars on the car. You know what I might do? It would be cool to put underglow. Underglow would be cool.
Fast and Furious, Saga edition. Listen, I feel you, Larry, but let's just say turn 20, like you were in that video, and that dude is just moseying his way through turn 20. You start banging the lights like that at night, you're getting somebody's attention. There's no way you're gonna miss that signal.
The whole grandstand's just lighting up. It's gonna be great.
Is that worthy of getting a black flag though? Would you get black flag for like flashing somebody like that at a night event?
Who knows? Probably.
So then lay on the horn. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna be trackside there.
I think we're concalados, or no? Is that me? No?
Yeah, that's you. That's you pressing the pause button. So I'm gonna be trackside for that nighttime portion. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for everybody who joins the live. We're gonna be on the lookout, see if we can get you guys some solid photos at nighttime, along with some video clips. So for those of you who join the live show, just added benefit. So I'll be on the lookout for your cars. If I don't know what your car looks like, I don't expect anything. So if you're on the live and you want to see if I can grab some pictures of the car, just drop the color of your car and the model in the chat, and we'll see if we can hook it up for you guys.
That'd be great.
As a thank you for joining the live. And listen, if you guys can get those rotors nice and cooked up, that'll be great. I think that'll be great.
I mean, those are the pictures that we want, right? We want the glowing rotors, and then hopefully some shiny exhaust or some little flames coming out the back of the exhaust.
Oh, dude, that'll be sick. I think the biggest challenge is gonna be there. Not that you guys care, because it's a me problem, not y'all problem. Is depending on how well lit the track is, the shots are either gonna be headlights in the dark and maybe some glowing rotors, or maybe just blurriness going across the screen. So
No, so you'll have to, like, I guess, balance. So you're gonna have to work with what lighting they put, and then balance like what part of the braking zone you want to be, or where you think that that's all you problem.
Yeah,
That's all you problem.
I'm gonna have to do some creative thinking to make sure that we get some good stuff out of it, because you know, if we're sitting on the back straight and there's no lighting there between 11 and 12,
there's no point
in me being anywhere there. Maybe there's gonna be certain points where I'm gonna be at. So like I said, if I don't know what your car looks like, I won't be able to get it. But if you guys drop it in the chat, I'll make sure to make a note of it. So when we go there February, well, this month, to get some shots of you guys on the track at night.
Oh, it is February already.
High FPS stuff. No, Larry, that's actually bad. It makes it darker. It makes it way darker. But Larry, you're a usual suspect, so we'll make sure to hook you guys up. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a really fun event.
I think so.
And then that weekend, Felix is gonna push me to the brink of trying to get faster. So we'll see how that goes, because we're moving brake markers. And we're holding trail brakes, Larry, down to the apex.
I'm gonna have to.
And we're gonna have to see how that goes, guys. So if you guys want to see all the shenanigans that goes on into these next couple months, subscribe to the video, hit the notification bell so you guys get notified when we drop another video. Felix, you got anything else for the people?
I think that's it. We very well went over the GT4. There's a lot of here and in between stuff that goes along with it. I think we covered it perfectly with all the unspoken stuff. What's up?
I just remembered something
Okay.
to kind of keep people all up to date about the whole Coda going private thing.
Okay.
I did reach out to Coda.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I reached out to Coda. They replied back, and let me see, do I have the email? I think I texted you the screenshot, right? Bear with me, guys.
You did.
We didn't plan this. We didn't plan this.
There you go.
So it says here, thank you for your interest in our private members club, the circuit. We're thrilled to see the level of interest it has generated and appreciate you reaching out. We are currently finalizing membership details and club offerings and plan to communicate them in the coming months. I'll be sure to keep you updated throughout the process. In the meantime, I'd like to connect sooner, or if you'd like to connect sooner or have preliminary questions, I'd be happy to jump on a call and discuss what we can do.
That's Coda fishing.
So listen, that to me just says we don't know what we're going to offer. We don't know what we're going to offer for membership. So I don't know what that entails, but does it mean that people? I think that one thing that does dispel is, so far, somebody's saying that their friend got a membership and they're already sold out.
Yeah.
Comment, gone.
Gone. Yeah.
Like that dispels that whole notion. So what's going to happen? I think they're still feeling it out, and whether or not they're going to actually implement these memberships, I think right now people are just kind of asking to see if it's true or not, and to see how much it's going to be, because we still haven't gotten any answers on any of that officially from Coda.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, guys.
Maybe they just looked up Jorge Beltran, like,
Poor.
send him this email.
That could be true, right? I mean, that could be true, because not ChatGPT, Gmail or Google, when we upload videos, and you say my name or I say my name, it processes that and it adds it to a transcript bank, where it adds it to the SEO for the videos. So if we say something within the video, you can Google it and find our video.
Oh wow.
So I'm not saying that's what they did, because obviously they would need to know my first and last name, and it's not like we've mentioned that in any of the videos.
Yeah.
Not hard to find either, though. So
yeah,
possibilities there, but obviously nothing set in stone from Coda yet. So anybody telling you that they already got a membership, highly likely they're not telling the truth.
Highly, very, yeah.
So, all right, guys, that's all that we have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. We have a lot more in store. We're gonna keep prepping the yellow car to see how that goes, and then
Both yellow cars.
but yeah, well, yeah, one yellow car is destroyed right now in the corner of the shop, and the other one is eagerly waiting to be put back together. So thank you guys so much for joining. We do appreciate it. We're gonna keep going with the Sundays for right now. If the schedule for some reason changes, because when the track weekend comes around, we're gonna try to see if we can do a live, or maybe a shorter live on Sundays at the track.
Yeah.
But if that's obviously not feasible because we're at the track, we'll let you guys know. So stay tuned for what we have there. Make sure you guys hit us up on Instagram, because that's where we actually keep most things up to date.
For sure.
All right, guys. Well, Felix, anything else?
I think that's it from
All
us
right, guys.
today. Enough discussed, as always. Thank you guys for joining. Yeah.
Boom. Peace out, y'all. I'm gonna give it a second because I noticed that if I cut it off too early, it cuts us off.
Oh, that's true.
So